All right, everyone. Brandon Weeden is clearly not getting the job done. Point blank. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We're losing. We're 0-3 with him as starting quarterback. Brandon Weeden is not getting the job done. However, are we putting everything on Brandon Weeden? I mean, you got... Oh, let's just go through the whole thing. Let's go through the offensive line first. No, let's go through the receivers. Because the receivers are not really getting open. On that fourth down, I'm going to watch it again here. You see right there, only Beasley was open just to crack or whatever. But when they started cracking down on Beasley during the goal line, on that final drive when we didn't do anything but dump the ball off to McFadden to get us down the field into the red zone. And then when we got in the red zone, we were locked down and couldn't do anything. There were no receivers really open. So if anything, he would have to force something. And if he threw an interception, then we were like, yeah, he threw the interception or whatever. So to Brandon Weeden's defense, it's hard to throw the ball downfield when ain't nobody open downfield. I mean, it's not possible. If the only thing is open is that dude that's standing 2 yards in front of me, then you got to throw the ball 2 yards in front of you. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So the wide receivers, the first one, are not getting the job done. They need to work harder. They need to get themselves open. And then when the ball comes to them, they need to make the catch. That is one. Two, the offensive line. The Great Wall of Dallas. You can put anybody behind this offensive line. The ridiculousness of this offseason. The sheer ridiculousness of this offseason. We have two offensive linemen that are playing well. And that was all the two who I believe the two studs we have on offensive line, Tyron and Zach. Both of those are clearly studs. And they've been playing fairly well. The other guys, we have two clear issues with right tackle and left guard. And center is decent. And he's not playing great. He's not doing bad, and he's not doing well. I think his Pro Football Focus, I think he's at like a 0 every week. He never has an overly powerful game like Tyron and Zach both have had this year. Free is free, you know, and I guess people were thinking, you know, since we went to the playoffs or whatever, Free turned into a different person. No, Free's still Free. And I don't know what's going on with Leary. Leary had a great off season, a great preseason. His knee, I don't know what's going on with his health or whatnot. Get La'el Collins in there, let him learn. I don't know, I don't care. But the chemistry up front has to come together, and they have to block better. And they have to block better when it's time to block. This first quarter BS is getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Come out like gangbusters and do all these things in the first quarter, and then it just goes to nothing once they figure out what we're doing or whatnot. We need to be able to go through you even though you know what I'm doing. That's how the offensive line's got to think. So another one, receivers not getting the job done. Offensive line's not getting the job done. Running back. I told you Randall was an idiot. And he's going to have to change. He's going to have to find Jesus or something to change the way he's thinking and to change the way he's acting. The stuff he did last week, if I was coach, he would not be out there in the football this past week with the Patriots. It would have been all McFadden and all Christian Michael. If that was me. If I told you not, if you almost lost the football, because ball protection is number one. If you almost lose the football when you're going over the top and they punch it out the previous week, and I tell you not to do that again as your coach, and the next game, the very next game, you go over the top again and it gets punched out again this close to being a turnover, and then you tell me, but I got 6 points. You would be happy if I didn't cut you because you're just a running back. Running backs are everywhere. The little dude that was killing us, the little Deion Lewis dude, was out of work. So you can get a running back anywhere. But you would not undermine my authority like that and do something exactly when I told you not to. He is a bonehead, and he's going to have to fix whatever's going on up there He's going to have to fix what's going on there to be able to mentally be the starting running back of the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, he's failing to get out. Darren McFadden. I don't know what you people saw. Some of the people you saw, I think you were still, again, I was a Darren McFadden fanatic. I was crazy about Darren McFadden. Some of the people that was here back in those days watching these videos would tell you how crazy I was and how bad I wanted Darren McFadden. But if you watch him play, he's just a guy now in the league. His skills did not translate to what is needed in the NFL. So I'm hoping that he can pull it together. There is still hope with these guys. There's still hope with Randall if he gets his head straight. There's still hope with McFadden if he can figure out how to get his skills going in the NFL. And then we have Christian Michael, who I'm waiting to see that he's not. So the running backs right now are failing. So you've got every freaking position on the offense that's failing. And we're doing all this on Brandon Weeden. You know what that tells me? That tells me we take everything and throw it on Tony Romo's back. Because right now we're trying to take everything and throw it on the quarterback again. This ain't about the quarterback. Pittsburgh win without the quarterback. Indianapolis win without the quarterback. Washington just tells they started quarterback to leave and having a decent season with Kirk Cousins. They coming out to play every single game with Kirk Cousins. It doesn't matter. Last year, the Arizona Cardinals still got as far as we, almost as far as we. They did extremely well last year with the backup quarterbacks, Drew Stanton and somebody else. So I don't want to hear all of that stuff. I don't want to hear, oh man, we don't have a quarterback. I don't want to hear, because once that man went down, they bought into team football. Team football, and they played. Go to the other side of the football. Greg Hardy. I love it. Greg Hardy was my one of my favorite defensive players in the in the NFL. So I wanted Greg Hardy bad, but I would have never given up the most powerful offense in the NFL. It was probably, I'm going to say probably, but in my mind, I believe we had the most powerful as far as the run game in the NFL. And regardless of who's back there running back, I don't care if it's Krusty the Clown or whoever, I had the best unit in the National Football League. And they worked to get there. I would have kept it together before I would spend that money on a pass rush. Oh, but we needed a pass rush. Oh, but we needed. I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't have done it. Because you give me a DeMarcus Lawrence or a Randy Gregory, a young, hungry, average, working hard pass rusher over an elite pass rusher that's gassed in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? How good is Hardy going to be if we keep him out there on the football field all game long because we can't run the football? What in your mind thinks he's going to be a monster there in the fourth quarter after taking a ridiculous amounts of plays throughout the game? What in your mind thinks that is smart next to another realm of reality where we're running the ball down the other team's throat and DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory over there sitting down eating some Skittles or something, and then it's time for us to play? Blast. It's just energy just coming off at that offensive line. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So linebackers, I don't know what's going with the linebackers. My boy Sean Lee came back, and it didn't look like him and McClain played well together. It looked like Lee was trying to, make way for McClain, and McClain's personality is far bigger than Lee. So it didn't. Both of them scored like a 0 something on Pro Football Focus this week. Both of them scored mainly the same thing, but neither one of them had an overwhelmingly score. And when I watched the game, outside of that beginning, when McClain had a great sack. Outside of the beginning, and I think Sean Lee had a little important stop on that same drive. After that, they really didn't do anything great. As far as secondary, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if our secondary is going to be any better. Mo Clay has been having a decent year, but you see he got his ankles broke, which is flying around the internet, which is embarrassing. But that's what I'm saying. Every aspect. Oh, and the last aspect is coaching. We must bring that up, that we've been getting outcoached every single game. Every single game that we've lost, we've been outcoached. Clearly, it's not even close. So, in this last game, everybody's crying about New England and pick plays. Be ready for it. You're playing New England. How can you not be ready for a freaking pick play? Well, you should be ready for all the little nuances that New England does. And I tell you what, somebody brought this up in the Cowboys Zone, and I laughed my behind off. In the Super Bowl, remember the Super Bowl? The Seattle Seahawks, who run pick plays a lot, tried to win the Super Bowl with the pick play, but New England Patriots were ready and became world champs because they were ready for that pick play. You were outcoached again. Don't be outcoached, don't be outplayed, and don't dump everything on one guy. Because 2 of these games, I know for a fact, if we had played better football all around, Brandon Weeden would not have 2 losses. The New England game, we would have lost. We was going to lose that game. All right, guys, holla at you. I'm letting this thing float. Pass it around. I'm going to be playing Madden. I'm 8-6 right now in my Madden league, and I'm fighting for this division. It doesn't look like anybody's going to make the wild card, so I must win the division to get in the playoffs. It's crazy. So the only thing you'll see on my channel until the game is going to be my Madden games. All right, I'm probably playing one today too, so I'm a little nervous. All right, guys, enjoy your bye week. I'm going to enjoy mine, and we'll see what happens with the quarterback situation, but I can't logically throw everything on Brandon Weeden when I'm seeing failures every single where. All right.